Part 78. Super God System becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shuxiang Zk. Chapter 771. However, the identity of this Mr. Zhao also surprised Chu Wei slightly, because the other party was from the Tuzang section. The Tuzang sect, like the Chengtian sect, is one of the 7 major forces on the earth. However, the Tuzang sect ranks 7th among the 7 major forces. However, although it ranks 7th, it does not mean that the Tuzang sect has no strength. They are able to become one of the 7 major forces. They are a terrifying existence in the deep sea maze. From the situation that these guests flatter Mr. Zhao, it can be seen that this Mr. Zhao is very powerful. Chu Wei followed the waiter through a long glass corridor outside the restaurant and went to the upper floor to eat, because this floor was reserved by Mr. Zhao. Mr. Zhao, today is your birthday. Can you tell me what birthday wishes you have? Wish, Mr. Zhao, who was standing on the table, thought for a while, that is to hope to meet the guy named Chu Wei, or Zhao De. Hearing this, Chu Wei, who was about to go to the upper floor, stopped immediately. Through the glass, Chu Wei only heard that Master Zhao said, I tell you, I have everything, but I just lack opponents. From childhood to adulthood, almost no one is my opponent. It's too lonely, it's lonely at the top. Master Zhao is mighty. Of course, Master Zhao's strength and talent are beyond words. How many people of the same generation in this world can be Master Zhao's opponent? That's right, Master Zhao, in my opinion, the Chu Wei who is more famous among the younger generation outside now, that's because he hasn't met you. If he meets Master Zhao, Chu Wei, this kind of stuff naturally can't compare with you. That's natural. How can he, Chu Wei, a person from a garbage place in Zhongzhou, compare with me, Zhao Dalong? He is not even worthy of carrying my shoes. Chu Wei's eyes turned cold slightly, and he looked at Zhao Dalong, and deliberately used his powerful spiritual power to explore the bottom of this Zhao Dalong. After a probe, Chu Wei found that the son of the deputy leader of the Tuzang sect was actually a straw bag. He is actually just a person with a strength of about level 8 of the Ultimate Awakener. Of course, if such strength is placed in other sects or other medium-sized countries, it can be regarded as a genius. But among the 7 largest forces on Earth, Zhao Dalong's strength can only be said to be a handful. Take the Chengtian sect that Chu Wei has been to for comparison. In addition to Zhao Ju, the first disciple of Chengtian sect, there is also senior brother Lu who has the absolute earth defense and is also a strong man in the king realm. In addition to their 2 outstanding disciples, Chengtian sect also has other disciples in the king realm. Compared with Zhao Ju and others, although Zhao Dalong is also a disciple of the 7 major forces, he is obviously much worse. Maybe people are like this. The less strength they have, the more they like to show off and the more they like others to praise them. That's it, Chu Wei, of course, Mr. Zhao doesn't take it to heart. Mr. Zhao is the real genius. Come on, everyone toasts Mr. Zhao. We must drink well with Mr. Zhao today. At the banquet, everyone clinked glasses of wine with each other, and drank so happily. As the central figure, Mr. Zhao became even more arrogant. He stepped on a high platform and shouted, do you know? We, the Tuzang sect, have also participated in the work of arresting the Zhao De who appeared a few days ago. It's a pity that this Zhao De has been hiding since he knew we were going to arrest him. Otherwise, I really want to fight him and see what he is capable of. It's worth 1 million Lingyu coins. Super God System becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shuxiang Zk. Chapter 772. If Mr. Zhao were to fight against Mr. Zhao would be so frightened that he would piss his ass off. How dare he, a mere man without any power to protect him, dare to fight against Mr. Zhao? That's not necessarily true. I heard that this Zhao De is not simple either. Although his reputation is not as great as that guy named Chu Wei, He is also very famous in the deep-sea mystery zone. And I heard from a cousin of mine who is in the Chengtian sect that when Zhao De ransacked the Chengtian sect's orchard 2 days ago, he hit all the Li Tian Li in the realm of kings. He was really cruel. You say that? Are you saying that I, Zhao Dalong, can't beat that guy named Zhao De? Mr. Zhao looked at the person who spoke. The person who just spoke immediately realized that he had said the wrong thing, and immediately said, Where? Where? Even if Zhao De has 3 heads and 6 arms, there is absolutely no way he can be Mr. Zhao's opponent. Although this person said this, he said in his heart, You, Zhao Dalong, are only at the 7th level of the awakened person. If you meet Zhao De, you will definitely lose. Humph. It's good to know, how can Zhao De be my opponent? Let me tell you, my birthday wish today is to meet Zhao De. Catch him and hand him over to the Chengtian sect so that everyone will know that I, Zhao Dalong, am the one who deserves the most fame. Zhao Dalong stepped on the high platform, looking very impressive. Then he actually shouted, Chu Wei, Zhao De, you two had better not meet me, otherwise I will trample you severely under my feet. Let you know how powerful I, Zhao Dalong, am. Of course, there is actually no sense of accomplishment in defeating them like that trash from Central Continent, but I heard that the woman named Chu Wei is quite beautiful. What's her name, Mo Kongxiu? I heard she was a frosty beauty. Zhao Ju once confessed his love to her in front of 100,000 people but still didn't impress her. She seems to be a nice woman. Such a woman, if you want me to express my feelings, I should arrest her and conquer her in the strongest way. Only in this way can I look like a man. Haha, everyone thinks so. Ha ha ha, Mr. Zhao still knows how to play. Master Zhao is still a real man. He has different ideas. However, just as everyone was complimenting him, a big foot suddenly stepped down on Mr. Zhao's head. Amidst the shocked expressions of hundreds of people at the scene, Zhao, who was so high-spirited just now, was kicked. The young master stepped on the high platform. A person suddenly appeared and stepped on Mr. Zhao's head. The man who stepped on Mr. Zhao looked ordinary, but he seemed to have seen him somewhere. Suddenly someone exclaimed, Zhao De, he is Zhao De. The person who stepped on young Master Zhao was Chu Wei's disguised Zhao Da. This young Master Zhao actually dared to say that to Mo Kongxiu in front of him. How could Chu Wei tolerate him? Let Mr. Zhao go, do you know who Mr. Zhao is? A person protecting Mr. Zhao rushed over immediately. This man was middle-aged and already a strong man in the realm of kings. However, Chu Wei fired a burst of flame with his backhand, directly burning the man and seriously injuring him. At the same time, Chu Wei moved his hand, and a ball of white flame condensed into a small white snake in his hand. The white snake jumped off Chu Wei's palm, and then the flames on its body rose, and then became larger. It turned into a white python more than 10 meters long with wings on its back. Even the pupils of this python were made of white flames, as if someone looked into its eyes, that person would burn themselves. This guy who turned from a small snake into a python is naturally a life-form beast with Chu Wei's superpower. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiangzike. Chapter 773. This little snake has about 15% of Chu Wei's combat power. According to Chu Wei's current combat power, I'm afraid that people below the level 2 of the king are not its opponents. Hiss. The white snake hissed, and a powerful aura belonging to the king spread out, instantly making the people on the scene feel a huge pressure. Let go of Mr. Zhao, he is from the Tuzang sect. Zhao De, you have already offended the Chengtian sect, do you want to offend the Tuzang sect now? Some of the guests saw that Zhao Da's ability was so powerful, and they did not dare to act rashly, but brought up the Tuzang sect, hoping to make Zhao De afraid. However, Chu Wei smiled faintly. I just heard that the Tuzang sect is already arresting me, so what can I do even if I offend him? Scare. The people around were all stunned. Why does Zhao De seem to be afraid of no one? Doesn't he know how dangerous it is to offend two of the 7 major forces at once? Many people have already believed that Zhao De will never be able to leave the deep sea maze alive. At this moment, Mr. Zhao, who had fainted after being stepped on the head by Chu Wei, woke up. He looked around and was still confused after drinking a lot of wine. He didn't know what happened just now, but he soon felt that someone's foot was stepping on his head. Whose foot is this? How dare you step on my head, Zhao Tianlong? Don't you want to live? Zhao Tianlong roared. Today is his birthday. It's mine, Chu Wei said lightly, and at the same time, he stepped hard on Zhao Tianlong's head and hurt him. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Seeing Zhao Tianlong shouting in pain, the people who came here to protect Zhao Tianlong immediately changed their faces. If Zhao Tianlong was stepped on to death here today, they would definitely not survive if they went back. But they looked at the middle-aged man who had taken action before. The king and the strong were defeated by someone in one move. What can they, the ordinary guards, do? But they had to go up even if they had no choice. At that moment, they used their most proud martial arts to attack Chu Wei one by one. Some martial arts are sword energy, some are sword energy, some are artillery shells, and some are lasers. These people can become Zhao Tianlong's guards. In fact, they are not weak, and they are probably all above the 7th level of the Ultimate Awakener. More than 10 of these people attacked together, and the powerful aura directly shook the whole restaurant. However, just when some martial arts were about to attack Chu Wei, the more than 10-meter-long white mang in front of Chu Wei directly stood in front of Chu Wei. Like a wall of flesh, it allowed those attacks to hit its white scales, but it did not leave even a trace of damage. The defense of the white mang is very high. I saw the white mang screaming, and a white flame spurted out of its mouth. The flame swept around and instantly burned the more than 10 people who attacked into serious injuries. Seeing them lying on the ground wailing, the guests around them immediately took a breath. This white mang is too scary. Ordinary people are not its opponents at all. Moreover, Bai Mang is just one of Zhao Da's abilities. It is conceivable that Zhao Da's strength is even stronger than the rumors of Chengtian sect. Zhao Tianlong saw the scene and felt a chill in his heart. Who did he offend? He asked immediately, "Who are you?" I am the Zhao De you wished to meet on your birthday just now," Chu Wei said disdainfully. You are Zhao De." Zhao Tianlong never expected that his birthday wish would come true. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiang ZK. Chapter 774. But the way this came true was different from what he imagined. He thought that he was stepping on Zhao Da's head and showing off in front of everyone. This was the plot he imagined. However, the real birthday gift was a big foot stepping on his head, almost breaking his head. Yes, Mr. Zhao is Zhao De, he is the Zhao De you asked God to meet. Someone among the guests shouted loudly for fear that Zhao Tianlong didn't know. However, Zhao Tianlong's face turned red after shouting. The boast he just made was now lying at Zhao Da's feet. Isn't this a naked slap in the face? Zhao De, let me tell you, I am from Tuzang sect, and my father is the deputy leader of Tuzang section. If you dare to touch a hair of mine today, my father will never let you go. At this point, Zhao Tianlong can only bring up his father. However, Chu Wei kicked Zhao Tianlong several times, making him scream, and then said calmly, "I've touched your hair, what do you want? Didn't you say you are the son of the deputy leader? Well, now let one of your guards go back and report, tell your father that you are in my hands now. Let him exchange you for 1 million lingya coins. Otherwise, I will crush your dog head." This Tuzang sect secretly arrested him for the reward offered by Chengtian sect, and Chu Wei wanted to let them know that this money was not easy to earn. Chu Wei wanted to let them know that if they targeted him, they would lose a lot of money. Feeling that Chu Wei's tone seemed to be no joke, Zhao Tianlong's heart trembled. At this moment, his head was under someone else's feet, and he immediately gave in and shouted. "You didn't hear what he said, go back and report quickly, if I die, none of you will live, do you know?" "Yes. Yes. Yes." Several guards who were less injured ran to report the news. "Okay, let's go now. Go to another place and wait for your father to redeem you. If he doesn't come, then your son is worthless." After Chu Wei finished speaking, he called Bai Mang, and Bai Mang came to Chu Wei in an instant. Chu Wei carried Zhao Tianlong like a chicken and rode Bai Mang away from here. In an instant, the banquet hall that was so lively just now became deserted. One by one, the guests hurriedly left. They originally came to attend the banquet today and eat and drink for free, but they didn't expect such a thing to happen. And everyone silently said to themselves in their hearts, "Be careful when making birthday wishes in the future, because it may come true." Just like the wish made by Mr. Zhao today, it came true on the same day. Chu Wei directly captured Mr. Zhao in a relatively hidden cave. Of course, this cave is only hidden for other people. For the people of Tuzang sect, there must be a way to find this Mr. Zhao. Because Mr. Zhao must have a locator on his body or in his mobile phone. However, this is also the result Chu Wei wants. Chu Wei will certainly not really wait for the deputy leader of Tuzang sect to redeem people. No matter what, the deputy leader of Tuzang sect should be a great master at the level of the emperor. It is not the time for Chu Wei to deal with such people now. As for why Chu Wei asked the guards to go back and call the deputy leader out, it is because he has another plan. Tuzang sect, like Chengtian sect, must also have a spiritual medicine orchard in their jurisdiction. This thing is Chu Wei's goal. As long as he finds a way to lure out the emperor-level strongmen stationed in Tuzang sect, then it should be easy for him to rob Tuzang sect's spiritual fruit garden. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Xu Xiangzike. Chapter 775. Chu Wei sealed Mr. Zhao's spiritual energy and then hung him in the cave. After finally writing big characters on his body, Chu Wei left here. He went to a place that he had to pass to get to this cave. He wanted to wait there to see if the Emperor Master of Tuzang sect would really come to rescue Zhao Tianlong. As long as he comes to rescue Zhao Tianlong, Chu Wei will immediately rush to the Tuzang sect's orchard. By the time they rescued Zhao Tianlong, Chu Wei had looted their orchard. Now let's see if Mr. Zhao is that important. Chu Wei hid on a small underwater island on the only way. After a while, he saw a fleet of sharks passing by in the ocean, heading very quickly towards the cave where Chu Wei imprisoned Zhao Tianlong. Chu Wei carefully released his mental power to explore the shark fleet. Soon, Chu Wei discovered that there was a very powerful figure in the shark fleet. There was a hazy mist around his body, making it difficult to detect his true strength. It seems that this person must be a master of the Emperor's realm. Chu Wei was secretly happy. Only people in the realm of emperors could encounter such a situation under his own investigation, because the other party's domain was a very wonderful thing. Even if my mental power is strong, I can't detect it clearly. Although it is impossible to determine the detailed strength of the opponent, it is still possible to just confirm the approximate strength of the opponent. Chu Wei immediately smiled and said, "You go and save your Mr. Zhao. I will go to your Tuzang sect's orchard right away and want to capture me in exchange for reward. I will let you know what bleeding feels like right now." Chu Wei's body moved quickly, just in the opposite direction to a shark fleet. About 10 minutes later, this shark fleet finally arrived at the cave in the sea where Chu Wei imprisoned young Master Zhao. Whoosh! 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 After the shark fleet stopped, the door on the side opened, and a middle-aged man who looked very similar to Zhao Tianlong walked out of the submarine. He was the Emperor Master that Chu Wei had detected. My son Zhao Tianlong is inside, and I feel his breath. Zhao Tianhu moved his body, as fast as a shadow flashed past, and arrived at the entrance of the cave. It didn't matter whether someone in the cave had set up a trap to ambush him. Of course, as a master of the imperial realm, he was not afraid of ordinary ambush. Because he is confident that with his strength, he can break any ambush with just a flip of his hand. However, when he entered the cave with a superior mood, he found that there were no mechanisms in the cave. He successfully saw his precious son, Zhao Tianlong, in the center of the cave. Could it be that the little thief named Zhao De was so frightened that he ran away long ago after he found out that I, Zhao Tianhu, was personally involved? Humph. He is a little thief who can run fast, otherwise, I, Zhao Tianhu, would pull out his skin, beat his tendons, and dare to touch my son. However, when Zhao Tianhu magnanimously rescued his son from the cave, a large character hanging on his son's body appeared in his eyes. This is a picture as big as a banner, which reads, "Congratulations on rescuing your son. I should be in your Tuzangzong's orchard now. Don't worry, I will definitely take care of your Tuzangzong's fruits and fruit trees, take them all away. I won't leave any hair for you." You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Xu Xiangzike. Chapter 776. Tear apart. Zhao Tianhu tore the note apart fiercely, and a fierce evil aura surged out of his body. He didn't know how many people Zhao Tianhu had killed to have such an evil aura. Directly frighten the creatures in the surrounding ocean and run away. How dare you, Mr. Zhao, play tricks on me like this? Hurry up, I have to rush back immediately, otherwise the Tuzang sect's orchard is likely to become the next one to be ransacked like the Chengtian sect. Quick! This powerful man who had reached the realm of an emperor actually left his son here and headed crazily towards his Tuzang sect's orchard alone. He didn't even inform the shark fleet that came with him. Because he knew that if he wasted one more minute here, that little thief named Zhao De might rob his orchard. He must rush back as quickly as possible. However, just as he was rushing back, Chu Wei had already landed on a very majestic fruit in the Tuzang sect's orchard. The whole fruit tree is snow white, just like a silver tree, especially there is a snow white fruit tree on the tree, as big as a pear. But the whole thing is like a silver little sun. When Chu Weiguang was close to it, he could feel the spiritual energy in the fruit impacting the surroundings like waves. This fruit was probably only a hair away from the 7th level fruit. Of course, Chu Wei's sudden appearance immediately aroused the anger of many people who were looking after the orchard. One of them said, "Who are you? You dare to come to the Tuzang sect's place? It was the Longevity King who hanged himself. Do you think your life is too long? If you dare not come to the Tuzang sect, not only will I dare to come, I will also uproot your orchard." With a move of Chu Wei's hand, a small white double-winged snake appeared, and then transformed into a giant double-winged python dozens of meters long in a white flame. It spurted out white flames, scaring the surrounding Tuzo sect members into retreating. This white giant python is so terrifying that ordinary disciples cannot be its opponent. The giant white python blocked everyone, but Chu Wei moved his hand, and with a click, sound, a crack that was hundreds of meters long and several meters wide opened on the ground. It turned out that Chu Wei had uprooted the white fruit and the white sun-like fruit. Oh my God, am I dazzled? Someone really dares to rob my Tuzang sect's orchard and even uproot the fruit trees. Everyone, hurry up, we can't let him take away the fruit trees. However, facing everyone's attacks, Bai Mang in front of Chu Wei spit out white flames to resolve all their attacks. Even the attack from one of the powerful men who had reached the realm of kings was unable to do anything to Bai Mang. Not only that, the strong king was hit by its tail during the fight with Bai Mang, and his chest was dented in an instant. Bai Mang is not only powerful with its flames, but its body is also extremely powerful. If its tail is pulled down, even a ship will be severed by it. Fortunately, the body of this powerful king was strong. Only a piece of his sternum was broken. If it were another disciple, he would have become a pile of meat. Good stuff. Chu Wei on the other side happily put the fruit tree into his own space, and then in the shocked eyes of the Tuzang sect disciples, Chu Wei pulled it out, pulled it out, pulled it out. Fruit trees were uprooted by Chu Wei. Huge cracks continued to spread on the ground, and soon formed a huge spider web-like shape, which was terrifying. After a while, the originally good orchard was stripped bare everywhere by Chu Wei. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiangzike. Chapter 777. Oh my God, there is nothing left in our orchard. A Tuzang sect disciple knelt on the ground, his eyes were depressed. He guarded the orchard and could share a fruit every year, but now that the fruit trees were gone, there was naturally no fruit to share. Who is this guy? Is he a devil? He is so cruel, he didn't even leave us a hair. Wait, don't you think his behavior is very similar to that of a person? The Tuzang sect disciple suddenly looked at Chu Wei and felt familiar. Moreover, didn't Chengtian sect encounter this kind of robbed thing not long ago? Such a familiar figure, such a familiar same incident. By the way, he is Zhao Die, he is the Zhao Dai who robbed the Chengtian sect orchard, someone exclaimed. The crowd immediately became agitated, and they opened their eyes wide to look at Chu Wei, who was constantly throwing fruit trees into the system space. They really couldn't believe that Zhao Dai, who had just caused such a big incident in Chengtian sect a few days ago, dared to come to their Tuzang sect to rob today. Is this guy's courage ironclad? Is he afraid of death? Their Tuzang sect and Chengtian sect are both one of the 7 major forces on the earth. No one dares to offend them on weekdays. But they never expected that this Zhao Dai would come to their Tuzang sect after robbing Chengtian sect. His behavior was really too unexpected. In the shocked eyes of everyone, Chu Wei patted the last fruit in the orchard, and then and threw it into his own space. Xiaobai, let's get out. Chu Wei turned around and called Bai Mang, who screamed excitedly and twisted his dozens of meters long body to come in front of Chu Wei like an obedient little pet. Cross. Goodbye. Chu Wei turned over and rode on Bai Mang, waving his hand to the Tuzang sect members in a chic manner, and then with the sound of Bai Mang swishing, Chu Wei's figure disappeared directly into the distant ocean. Gone, everything is gone. The Tuzang sect members looked at the earth pits all over the orchard and said to themselves dejectedly. This Zhao Die, he is so hateful, how could he do this? How could he not even leave a hair for us? I am so angry. The disciple said, and then tears fell, and he was actually angry to tears by Chu Wei. Zhao Dai, when the deputy leader of my Tuzang sect finds out, he must peel off your skin. No, not only peel off his skin, but also pluck out all his hair, so that he can also know the feeling of having nothing left. Yes, this must be done to vent your anger. Just when the Tuzang sect disciples vowed to cut Chu Wei into pieces, a figure like a stream of light in the ocean fell into the orchard with a boom, like a deep-sea bomb. The person who came was Zhao Tianhu, who hurried back. Bang! Seeing the scene in the orchard, Zhao Tianhu's heart trembled with pain. At the same time, he took a step back and was almost shocked by the scene in front of him. Deputy Sect Master, are you okay? Deputy Sect Master, you have to hold on. Zhao Tianhu roared. Zhao Dai, Zhao Tianhu, swear that I must cut you into pieces and make you never reincarnate. Chu Wei naturally couldn't hear Zhao Tianhu's resentful voice. At this moment, Chu Wei had already found a cave under the sea to hide and study the spiritual fruits that he had just looted today. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiangzike. Chapter 778. Crack, with a sound, Chu Wei first ate the snow-white fruit like a little son. Ding. The host takes the 6th level Sun Spirit fruit and is rewarded with 10 points of spiritual energy crystals. The current spiritual energy crystals are 2 points/200 points. The current king is at level 3. The spiritual energy contained in the Sun Spirit fruit was indeed huge, and it actually allowed Chu Wei to directly reach the 3rd level of the king. Boom, with a sound, the spiritual energy in Chu Wei's body exploded instantly, forming a huge storm that directly destroyed the submarine cave. As the cave collapsed into ruins, Chu Wei knew that his strength was twice as strong as before. In the orchard of Tuzang sect, Zhao Tianhu was still looking at the orchard in a daze, with tears appearing in his eyes from time to time. This time, Zhao Tianhu was really tricked by Zhao Da. Zhao Da first used his son as bait to lure him away, and then immediately ransacked his orchard. Damn it, am I going to have the same name as the Red Protector of the Chengtian sect tomorrow, and be famous throughout the deep sea mystery zone? Zhao Tianhu could imagine that after this incident spread, his reputation would definitely be ruined. A man named Zhao Da actually ransacked his orchard under the eyes of the deputy head of the Tuzang sect. And the funniest thing is that not long ago he sent many troops to catch Zhao Da and get a reward from the Chengtian sect. Now this scene is so naked and a slap in the face. My Sun Spirit fruit, I have taken good care of this fruit for 3 years. I water it every day and care more about it than my own son. The reason is that one day, it can become a 7th level spiritual fruit for me to eat and bring improvement to my strength. But now. As Zhao Tianhu spoke, he took another look at the largest crack in the orchard. There used to be a huge snow-white fruit tree there, but now, only a pit remains. Now I've even dug up the roots. You're such a ruthless kid. Me. Grass. This powerful Zhao Tianhu, who was already in his 40s or 50s, actually cursed, and the tears in his eyes became more obvious at this moment. Thinking that after his strength reaches the realm of the Emperor, each time he improves to a small realm, he will need countless resources, and the best resource is spiritual fruit of level 6 or above. The Sun Spirit fruit and fruit tree that Chu Wei took away was a spirit fruit that was about to evolve to the 7th level. Zhao Tianhu regarded this thing as a treasure. He thought he would eat it when the spirit fruit reached the 7th level, but he never expected that Chu Wei would come out halfway and dig up all its roots. Zhao Da, if you take away my spiritual fruit, I will definitely kill you, I will. In the cave, after Chu Wei entered the realm of kings, he sensed the spiritual energy in his body. Chu Wei felt that the Sun Spirit fruit he had just eaten looked very powerful and was a spiritual fruit that could reach the 7th level. However, in fact, after eating it, it only had a lot of spiritual energy, but it did not have any other special power. This Sun Spirit fruit seems not as good as the Azure Dragon Spirit fruit, Chu Wei muttered. But maybe even Chu Wei doesn't know that the Sun Spirit fruit is about to evolve. If it didn't eat it just now and kept it in the system for a while, it would become a 7th level spirit fruit. When the time comes, it will be a treasure that even the powerful in the realm of emperors will be excited about. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiangzike. Chapter 779. It seems that the 7th-ranked Tuzang sect is really not as good as the 6th-ranked Chengtian section. The fruits in the orchard are far worse than theirs, Chu Wei continued to complain. Because he also thought that the Sun Spirit fruit was very impressive before, but when the effect after taking it was only one kind of power, Chu Wei felt that this spiritual fruit failed his expectations of it. Fortunately, Zhao Tianhu in the Tuzang sect orchard could not hear Chu Wei's complaints at this moment, otherwise he would definitely be so angry that his teeth would ache. Come on, post a reward for me, saying that as long as Zhao De can be caught in my Tuzang sect, I will give 1.5 million spiritual jade coins, and 800,000 will be given if he does. Provide clues, and as long as Zhao De can be caught, 200,000 will be given. After Zhao Tianhu was so angry that he exploded, he finally wanted to fight back. Yes, the elders of the Tuzang sect immediately went to publish the news. Soon, within a day, Chu Wei's name Zhao De became famous again in the entire deep-sea puzzle area after a few days. And this time, more people were shocked. Because everyone was like the Tuzang sect, they could never have imagined that Zhao De, after offending Chengtian sect and being rewarded by Chengtian sect, would dare to rob Tuzang sect. This time really opened everyone's eyes. It turned out that a person could be so bold. In the eyes of everyone, Chengtian sect and Tuzang sect were big figures who could shake the whole continent with a stomp of their feet. Now Zhao De actually offended them all. For a moment, everyone thought that Zhao De was definitely dead. They all said that Zhao De was just brave for a while. When he was caught by the two major forces in the future, he would regret it to death. Of course, in addition to these people, there was a large group of people who began to worship Zhao De. Most of these people were people who had been oppressed by Tuzang sect and Chengtian sect in the deep sea maze, because most of them were single or small teams. When they find any treasures or good things, they are often robbed by people from such big forces. Now when they see these two big forces being robbed by a single person, they are so happy. And these two forces were robbed so badly, I heard that there was not even a hair left in the orchard. This really makes them feel relieved. Ha ha ha, I am so happy today. I think Chengtian sect and Tuzang sect will also have this day. That's right, let them know the pain of being robbed now, they are so powerful in daily life. I heard that Zhao Tianhu cried. Ha ha ha, I heard it too. And, I also heard one thing. I heard that those medium and small forces who originally wanted to capture Zhao De for reward money have given up capturing Zhao De. Really, some people in the discussion crowd were surprised. You know, when Chengtian sect first offered a reward, all forces wanted to capture Zhao De. Why don't these people catch Zhao De when two forces are offering rewards now? Isn't it good to catch Zhao De and get money from both forces? Someone soon answered this question. I'm afraid you don't know yet. I heard that this Zhao De was extremely tough when he robbed the orchard in Tuzang sect this time. I heard that just a white snake in the form of his fire life form almost beat a Tuzang sect master who had reached the king level to death with a single blow of his tail. Such strength really makes countless people tremble with fear. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiang ZK. Chapter 780. Really? Is Zhao Da's superpower so powerful? If calculated based on the commission of the superpower's combat power, wouldn't Zhao Da himself be able to fight against opponents around the fourth level of the king? Who says it's not the case? So, those less powerful forces no longer have Zhao Da's idea, just because they are afraid of not being able to defeat Zhao Da. Although some middle-level forces also have emperor-level experts in their sects, they are afraid that if they offend Zhao Da will retaliate against them and loot their orchards. So, they don't dare to move. Oh. So that's it, but this Zhao Da is really powerful. Not only is he in the king's realm, but even people in the emperor's realm can't catch him. Whoever offends him is in trouble. Ha ha ha. Chu Wei, who was in the cave, didn't know at all that because of his looting of the Tuzang sect this time, he had been talked about by countless people. Eep. 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 Chu Wei took out 3 more spiritual fruits and ate them. These 3 spiritual fruits were all very strange. They were in the shape of a rabbit, especially the eyes, which were about to glow. Such a fruit obviously has extremely strong vitality. Ding. The host takes 3 level 5 spiritual fruits and is rewarded with 1 point of spiritual energy crystal. The current spiritual energy crystal is 9 points/200 points. The current king is at level 3. At the same time, strong vitality poured into Chu Wei's body. The purple electricity in his abdomen immediately opened its mouth like a beast, absorbing all the vitality. The second power that Chu Wei wanted to awaken in the life form was Zidian. After absorbing the life force, the source of Zidian's power was obviously more active than before. Chu Wei knew that as long as he continued to irrigate it with the fruits of life force, it would not be long before it would awaken its own life form just like the fire power. Crack. Click. Chu Wei ate all the remaining edible spiritual fruits. Ding. The host consumes a large amount of spiritual fruit and is rewarded with 10 points of spiritual energy. The current spiritual energy crystal is 19 points/200 points. The current level of the king is level 3. After eating these spiritual fruits, Chu Wei used the catalytic ability to catalyze the remaining immature spiritual fruits. However, although the catalytic power can accelerate the maturity of spiritual fruits, it cannot directly change a small spiritual fruit from completely immature to mature. Therefore, a group of spiritual fruits and fruit trees can only plant them in their own system space and wait for them to mature on their own, or Chu Wei can slowly catalyze them. When he thought of this, Chu Wei suddenly came up with a strange and bold idea. If he transformed the catalytic power into a life form, and then let it give Chu Wei the catalytic spirit fruit every day. Isn't this wonderful? But there are not many spiritual fruits with vitality now, so Chu Wei can only keep this idea in his heart. 1 day passed. The next day, Chu Wei was in the cave thinking about awakening all supernatural life forms. Although it seems now that the life form that awakens supernatural powers does not improve one's combat effectiveness, at most it can have a few thugs. But in the long run, the more abilities you awaken in your life form, the stronger you will be when one day you enter the demigod realm. In the eyes of countless people on earth, the demigod realm is a realm that can only be looked up to. People in this realm are so strong that they can no longer win with numbers.